Welcome to TacosandGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more video game reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the video game Resident Evil 4 DLC Separate Ways. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so without further ado, here we go. Before any U.S. agent had even set foot in the Cursed Village, she was there. Her mission, the retrieval of the cult's darkest secret, the Amber. And this DLC follows the popular character Ada Wong, and I really did like what they did here. I'm gonna go a little bit more into details with the story at the end because I'm gonna do a little bit of a spoiler with this one, but I really did enjoy what they did with the story. It really made it feel like Separate Ways compared to the original. Now, in terms of gameplay and graphics, what I really love what they did with this is that they make Ada really feel like she's her own character here. This is not one of those DLCs where it's kind of like a character skin where it's just playing Ada, but she still has Leon's arsenal, Leon's moves, and Leon's mannerisms. No, they made sure Ada feels like Ada in this, and that how they do that is they differentiate certain things. Ada is able to go to different rooftops by using a grapple hook. She's charged with a iris eye where she's able to scan and track down people, like how she tracks down Luis throughout the story. Ada has different type of melee attacks. She can use her grappling hook to attack her enemies, use it to bring her closer to her enemies, or vice versa. So they make sure Ada feels like that espionage spy that we know and love, and I thought they did a really good job of doing that. And surprisingly, the game actually lasts you at least a good 4 to 5 hours, similar to the same length as Resident Evil 3, which kind of pissed off a lot of the hardcore Resident Evil fans. But I thought that for $10, I thought they did a really good job. I think it's believed 7 chapters in this. In the 7 chapters, it does breeze by, but depending on your difficulty, you're gonna die. You're gonna die a lot. But I really do like the fact that the way the story is fleshed out, that we really do get to spend a lot of time with Ada and find out what she was doing through this time. And the gameplay plays just like the Resident Evil 4 remakes that you've been playing since Leon's campaign. A couple of things and changes are different. You have revisits of certain locations, but it's from Ada's perspective. There's even certain things which I will go into the final thoughts when it comes to spoiler territory for missing content that people were complaining about. Well, let's just say they gave it to Ada. And as far as graphically, the game looks wonderful. On my PS4 base here, runs very well, had no clipping issues, no frame rate issues. The game is gorgeous, even on the PS4 base that you're seeing right here. I absolutely love this game. It's probably one of my favorite games of the year. But let's talk a little bit about that sound.
He wants me to retrieve the Amber, an object of ill omen. What terrible actions will be done in its name, and who will pay its dark cost? Because in this world, someone always pays. Best not to ask who or why. I understood that, made my peace with it, until that one night in Raccoon City changed everything.
Now, there's been some quote-unquote controversy with the voice of Ada. Some people felt like her performance wasn't up to par. Honestly, I feel that this performance in Separate Ways, I thought she did a really good job. I thought it was a little bit better than the original campaign with Leon. She has a little bit more time to flesh out and a little more time to be more expressive. She had more to do here, and now you can really see the talent shine, and I really did like her performance. Also like the performance of Wesker, which was another choice people didn't really like. They felt Wesker's voice was a little too dark, a little bit too masculine, but I think for what they're going with this and what the direction they're going for, Ada's not, situations like this, it's kind of hard to be the femme fatale people, so I did like the performances in this. Now, as far as my final thoughts go, for $10, we get a hell of a DLC, man. We get a 5-hour campaign here, and I thought it did a really good job. Now, what I was going to allude to with the story, spoiler warning, I'm going to give you people at least a good 10 seconds. Well, after I stab this guy, I'm going to go into spoiler territory. All right, you guys are gone. All right, cool. Anyway, he's stabbed. So, first of all, this does a hell of a job really making Ada feel like Separate Ways. Now, if you remember in the original Separate Ways, she was basically responsible for saving Leon's ass every single step of the way. She beat Krauser. She saved him from Mendez. She does things in the original Separate Ways that made Leon's campaign feel like what was the whole point is if Ada was responsible for everything. Here it really is a Separate Ways. Ada's infected as well. She also needs to cure. And I like the fact that Wesker is actually physically present in this story. So they did a really, really good job of really hammering that in. And you can tell they're going for Resident Evil 5. And if they do a Resident Evil 5 remake, now I'm really excited on what direction they're going to go with this. And I hope that it actually changes the story up completely and includes Ada and includes Ashley Graham and other Resident Evil characters to see how they're going to do 5. But this story-wise, it was really good. It made Ada feel like it really was her own. So definitely check this one out. This is Justin from otakusandgeeks.com saying later days. Catch you on the next one. Peace.